You said, well, if you open it now, you ain't going to have nothing open tomorrow. And I said, that's
Period.
fine.
End of discussion.
And I said, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Meaning, I'm thinking.
No, I meant that's fine. Like, I don't care to have anything to open tomorrow. That's what I meant.
Well, I took it as period, end of discussion.
And then you turn around and start washing dishes.
And then I turn back around. She's like, so how much is on this? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You can't leave nothing laying around. I'm telling you. She'll get into it. Everybody, and welcome back to the show. Good morning. I'm your host, the funny guy, Daniel Lawson, and today I have a very special guest, a very, very special guest who hasn't been on the show in a while, my beautiful wife, Whitney Lawson.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm tired.
I'm trying to do like a cool little accent.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Well, somewhat.
Mine's a little bit better than yours.
Yeah, cheerio. I mean, I think I can say hello and then cheerio, but then when I try to talk, it's like, oh, I've got to run to the potty. I mean, it's not good.
You sound like I don't even know what you sound like, but it's not what you would,
It's almost like a mixture between Australian and British, and then Southern, just a mixture of everything.
A little bit of a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, guys, and welcome back. It's been a very long.
Hold on, is it morning or evening? Because you said morning in the beginning. Now you're saying evening.
Oh well.
It's evening. It's evening for us.
Good evening, or what is it?
Good morning, good evening, and good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I think it's 3, but I can't remember which 3 it is.
I don't know either, but welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We are your favorite YouTube family, the Awesome Lawsons.
Favorite couple.
Favorite married couple. Married couple. And as you can tell by that statement, you know who the smart one is of the bunch.
Bingo.
Yeah, so it's been very busy. We just had Cadence's 12th birthday. Isn't that crazy? 12 years old.
And you've been around since she was 4.
Yeah. I got to see that little, go through all the stages. Well, not all of them yet. There's still more to come.
Yeah.
But it's coming.
But, you've seen her grow. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Taught her how to read.
You taught her how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Taught her how to tie a shoe. Mm-hmm. You taught her how to sleep in her own bed.
Yeah. That was the first thing I taught.
That was a struggle.
That's hard to do when you're married.
Yeah.
Having kids sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
It's
because Cadence, because I was by myself, so I co-slept with her. Mm. And then when you and I got together, obviously we want our time. And it was so hard. And obviously I'm mom, so I'm going to give in. But you helped me a lot with that. Like you would lay with her and talk to her. And you're the one who was able to help her sleep on her own.
Well, I think it's important, obviously, when couples, a bedroom is like the couple's space, I guess.
Like sanctuary almost.
Intimate space, your natural habitat for a married couple. Honestly.
It's very intimate.
Mm-hmm. And, you love your kids. You're with your kids all the time. And that space should be for the both of you. And I feel like a lot of families deal with that. And it's hard. It's a hard thing to break, But I feel like for a healthy marriage, it's something that's got to be broken. And it's tough because you love your child.
And then, of course, me being mom, I did feel guilty at times, but I'm like, she doesn't quite understand, but I know what's right.
Right.
And, and that's when I would compromise, let me lay with you until you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then, that way we would still have our time. But she'll understand, when she has kids,
Yeah, whenever she's like, you ain't sleeping here tonight.
Right.
Now, if our kids are sick or something, that's a different story.
Right. Now, Layton, for example, she's never been a co-sleeper. Mm-hmm. She likes to sleep on her own. But when she's sick, it's totally different. She likes to be held and she likes to be close. And that's when we do bring her into our bed. I mean, especially when she's sick and running a high fever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice for her to be right there and we can just feel her and be right there.
And she hates to co-sleep anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
But
you tried that with her.
Yeah. And that didn't work out because I wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
But she did not, she wasn't having it.
She's very picky. She's got to be in a routine. She's got to have her spot. And
her own space.
When she's ready for bed, she's ready for bed.
Yeah. I mean, even when she was a newborn, I would try to lay her in the bed with me. That would not work out. So I'd have to put her in her bassinet and she would go right to sleep.
Yeah. What do you think helped like transition her from sleeping in our bed as far as Cadence? Well, she really didn't sleep in our bed, but
I think she did like the first couple nights, but then that was it.
And she's all over the place. I didn't sleep. Getting kicked in the jaw.
Yeah.
How do you sleep?
Because she ends
with your
up,
head by
she
me?
sleeps like us, head and then feet. But then
You still get kicked in the jaw.
how do you end up with her head down here and feet up? I mean, that kid moves so much.
And
oh
she
my
was
gosh.
so lanky as a kid, you know? I mean, she's lanky now, but good Lord, she'd have hands in my eye, foot by my mouth. Just the craziest
hogging
positions.
all the blankets, everything.
But what do you think helped us transition into that? Like if someone's dealing with that today?
Well, it definitely takes both. You know, one parent can't say, oh, it's okay. And then the other one's like, no, you know, you definitely both have to be on the same page. You can't get upset. You can't get frustrated because it's not going to happen overnight. You know, it's going to take time for that to happen, but you have to stay positive. And, you know, with Cadence, I remember us because one thing was she was scared. So I found out through someone about this good dream cream. And so a bottle of lotion I went and bought, and it was like this big pink bottle with a pump. And I bought it just for her. It was from Victoria's Secret. It was
pink.
Yeah, the kind you bought for me at first that I fell in love with.
Fresh something, isn't it? Something fresh.
So clean, so fresh, something like that.
So fresh and so clean,
I was getting ready to say that. And I told her, I said, Cadence, I said, this is your good dream cream. She's like, and she was 4 at the time. I said, if you rub this on yourself at night after your bath, you're going to have good dreams and you're going to sleep so good like a big girl all in your bed. And you just got to tell them that. And, you know, kids that age, you know, their minds are just, you know.
Yeah, and somehow we went through, you know, a bottle and a half every other night.
But it
She's
worked.
like, I ain't having no bad dreams today.
But that first night, she slept in her bed all night long, and she woke up and she goes, oh, Mommy, that good dream cream worked. I had such good dream. I mean, stuff like that works for kids. You just have to stay positive and you have to stand behind one another. Don't get frustrated and, you know, just reassure the kid that everything's going to be okay and they're going to have worries and fears and just make sure that make them feel better, you know?
I think consistency too. It's something that you have to stay consistent
You can't give in. I mean, just like if it's, you know, for example, when we finally did get Cadence to sleep in her own bed, remember she would wake up in the middle of the night and come in there and we would have to walk her back to her bed so many times, but you can't just give in and then let her lay with us or us lay with her because we were trying to train her to, not train her like a dog.
Like a dog, boy. We trained her. We gave her a treat when she behaved too.
No, but like you have to follow through with it. We were trying to teach her, you know, we don't have to lay with you. Like, you're going to be okay. Nothing's going to get you. You're fine. And so we would walk her back, tuck her in, you know, give her a drink, whatever. And we did that so many times. I remember us being exhausted.
Yeah.
But you have to keep doing it.
Yeah. You got to stay consistent and it's needed. I mean, you need your space. So I would encourage it. If you do have a child sleeping with you today, I would suggest try to start, you know, just working it in, maybe laying there with them a little bit till they fall asleep, but, you know, reward them, give them something to work forward to or look forward to, you know, while doing that transition. Because it is hard. It's tough. I mean, it's hard because not only do you have the child upset, whenever we did it, you were upset. And I'm like, look, she'll be fine. She's fine. And, you know, at the time, it's like you want to give in because you feel a type of guilt because Cadence is upset or their child's upset, whoever. But so you want to give in, but yet you have your husband or wife, whoever's, you know, kind of taking a lead charge role with this, telling you, it's going to be okay, and telling the kids. But
see, that's where
one person looks like the bad guy.
But see, that's where I feel like moms differ. And that's where I feel like you and I, like, we don't argue or get upset over it. But that's when I tell you, hey, let me just meet in the middle and let me just compromise. Let me not give in to her, but I don't want to full out, oh no, I can't lay with you, not do this, which we're not talking about that situation, but I'm just saying anything in general. Like, I know the mom guilt is going to eat away at me. That's why I prefer to compromise. Like, okay, I'm not going to lay with her, but at least just let me walk her back to bed, talk to her for a few minutes, maybe rub her head, and then I'll come back in there. Some type of compromise, not only to make her feel better, but a lot to make myself feel better, because mom guilt is a hard thing. I mean, every day it's like I go to bed with mom guilt, even over something small. And that's why I tell you so much, like, I try to compromise with each situation, not only for the child, but mainly for myself.
Yeah. So I would encourage you, if you have the child in the bed today or tonight, whenever you listen, maybe tomorrow, start doing something a little different, because you as a married couple deserve that time together. It's just important. It's for a healthy relationship. If something is going wrong in your relationship, I would look at that to be a contributor.
And also,
honestly, for real.
If you think about it, people, like you're saying, it's healthy for the relationship and so on and so forth. If you truly think about it, it needs to be that way, to where the child's sleeping in their own bed and you and your husband or spouse or whomever are sleeping in theirs, because at the end of the day, it was initially just you two who had that connection, who created that child, and that child wouldn't be here if you two didn't have that connection. So you need to make sure that connection stays intact. So that child needs to have their space, and you two need to continue to have your space.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that was a little tangent there. Is tangent the right word?
Possibly.
We'll go
I'm
with
not
it.
sure. Sounded pretty smart to me.
So Cadence had her 12th birthday. We had a wild party. It was crazy.
Well, not like that.
I know. Nothing super crazy, but we had, 4 or 5 girls over?
Yes, and they're all 12.
Yeah. And so Cadence wanted to sleep outside. It was 50 degrees.
Well, she got a tent, and they wanted to have like a little camp out, which is fine.
Yeah, but she didn't just get a tent. I went on a wild goose chase for a tent.
Well, I ordered a tent from Lowe's, and it was like this big 8-person tent, but apparently it was damaged.
Yeah, clearly it was damaged. So, the poles you can put together, like the big poles with the little bungee cord in it.
I think that's how all tents are put together.
Well, not the one I bought. It's all built, like, all you do is push a button pretty much, and that thing just...
Oh, it wasn't a freaking button. I saw you putting the things together.
No, you don't put nothing together in that one. I swear to God.
Well, then go
and
open it up.
He ain't striking me down this time, because I'm right.
Go open it up tomorrow then and press the button.
Well, you don't push it. You kind of pull up on this thing, and the poles are already built in.
Then what were the little poles that you took out?
I only took one out. That was the hood.
Oh.
Like the rain canopy thing. That was it.
Gotcha.
That one you said, oh, you forgot one. That's the only one I forgot, because that's the only one there is. The rest are all built in. But the first tent, all the little poles you got to put together, there was 4... I don't know, 100-foot long poles, it seemed like.
Oh, gosh.
And there was only one that was broke. The string was, when I pulled it out, the string was not inside of the thing. And I'm like, that's odd. Maybe these are spares. Or maybe I got to put this together. I'm like, I've never seen this before. Well, sure enough, it was broke. The one that was all disassembled or deassembled, whatever, it was completely broke. And I'm putting it together. Cadence is distraught. She's thinking that she's not going to be able to sleep outside. You said she was
distraught?
Oh, yeah. She was tearing up.
Oh, my God.
She was like, can we go get another one? I'm like, Cadence, your party starts in 45 minutes. We live not in we don't live far from town, but literally I just got home from town that day. It was the busiest I had seen Scottsville Road since Christmas.
What's funny
because Mother's Day was the next day.
What's funny is you said you were running all over town to find a tent. Cabela's or whatever is literally right there.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I don't know God, you didn't go there. It's literally right down the street.
So,
or Camping World or whatever it is. Camping World.
So I'm pissed. I'm pissed at this point because, one, I was behind with my work. Two, I had already took out this giant tent and it was windy as hell. So the wind's blowing and it's an 8-person tent. I got a 12-year-old little girl who don't know her, you know what, from you know what.
A preteen crying.
Yeah, she's crying. And I'm like, hold the tent. So we get your little cactus. We put it on there to hold it down. And then we find out the poles are broke. And she's upset. She's like, but I won't sleep outside. I'm like, well, Cadence, I'm doing what I can. And so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I want her to be able to have the party she wanted. You know what I mean? So what did I do? I said, let's go. We'll run to town. If we're late getting back, we're late getting back. Well, you decided to fall asleep. How dare you do that? But your phone's on silent. I hate that. That's the one thing I can't stand.
Oh.
I thought you overrode it or whatever.
I did. What had happened was I swiped down and turned it on sleep mode. When I go to sleep, that's what I do.
What if I get in a fiery blaze of a car crash?
You were here. I didn't expect you to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I was about to come over that intercom in there.
I wasn't in Leighton's room. I was in my bedroom.
No, you was laying with Leighton.
Oh.
Because I kept calling and your phone was on the dresser outside the thing. But I kept calling and
Cadence, for what? What were you calling me for?
To let you know these people, our house is so new. When you put in our address, it takes you down the road.
I know. As soon as I woke up, my eyes are barely open, and you're like, blah, blah, blah. So I run downstairs trying to clean up everything, chopping up fruit, blah, 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 getting all the snacks ready, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, because it was 3:30.
And they were going to be there at 4.
Yeah.
No. It was 2:30, and they were going to be there at 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so Cadence has me on the wild goose hunt for a tent. So we stop at Tractor Supply. I'm thinking, oh, they might have one. Well, they don't, surprisingly.
And as long as you've lived here, and as long as Cabela's or...
I didn't think of Cabela's. Who just thinks...
Is it Cabela's?
Yes.
Or, I don't think it's Cabela's.
Yeah, there's a Cabela's right there.
Well, anyways...
There was a Gander Mountain, but Gander Mountain closed down.
Oh, well, they got Cabela's right here.
And Camping World. But I don't know if they sell tents. It's campers. I'll only see campers.
Oh, well, yeah. But anyways, Cabela's right there, and it's been there for years.
I know, but you only are saying that because you heard someone else tell me that.
Yeah, but you drove right past it.
No, it's way off the road. It's not.
There's a big sign right there on the road. Yes.
She's lying, y'all. You're lying.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen, so I go to Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply doesn't have it.
I bet she's freaking out.
Okay, I said, if Tractor Supply don't have it, I don't have time to be driving all the way across town because it'll take 30 minutes to get to Lowe's. And Lord knows how long getting back. Well, the guy said no, and her eyes just start glossing up. And I'm like, oh, great. So now Dad's going to have to drive to town. So she's like, so when we start to walk to the car, she's like, now what? I said, well, I guess we're going to go to Lowe's and see if they got a tent. So we hightail it to Lowe's. Lo and behold, the place where we got the tent didn't have a tent. And but on the way there, Cadence goes, I can't believe she knew I was pissed. I was mad. Cadence goes, I can't believe Tractor Supply don't have tents. I said, they got dog food and chickens. I mean, they ain't going to have no tents. I figured they would maybe, you know, because they have yard ornaments and just odd stuff. Hats and BB guns and toolboxes.
And clothes. Yeah.
So why not have a little tent section?
Yeah.
It's an outdoorsy store, I feel like.
Right.
And so they didn't. Lowe's
She's trying to pump you up. I can't believe Tractor Supply.
And then like people were going slow on the road and she's like, can they go a little faster?
Oh my God.
Because she knows she's trying to hype me up. And Lowe's didn't have anything, surprisingly. She's like, if we got any, it's going to be out in the garden center. I was like, really?
Why would it be in the garden center?
I have no idea. There wasn't anything out there, though, So then Cadence decides to say something smart to me, and I'm about to lose it. She goes, I don't know why we didn't go to Walmart. Oh, the smoke was rolling. The fire was coming out the eyes. The smoke was coming out the ears. I said, well, I didn't go to Walmart because I got a Lowe's card. I'm trying to get points. And so I was like, I know Walmart's got tents, but I'm trying to go to Lowe's because that's where we bought the thing from.
Yeah.
Well, then we go to Walmart, we get the tent, we put it up. Literally like 5 minutes after we pull in, the first person shows up.
It wasn't 5 minutes. It was literally as soon as y'all walked in with it.
No, there was a dude here. Yeah, he was out there when I pulled up.
Yeah.
He was like, but they're filling out some kind of volleyball permission slip for school or something. He's like, she'll be in a minute. I know we're early. I'm thinking, well, you're good, buddy, because we're late.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, the birthday girl is late.
I answered the door. He's like, sorry, we're right on time.
Thank God. Yeah, thank God. And so that was that big ordeal with the tent. We finally get the tent up. Girls start rolling in, and they think it's a great idea to get in old daddy and mama's hot tub. And Lord,
gosh, that was the worst mistake ever. They ended up flooding it. It tripped a breaker. You ended up having to take a panel off. Water was all in the motherboard or whatever you call it. And I mean, water was on wires. It was just a mess.
So we're out there. You take baths, right? You ever fill the bathtub up with water and get in it? It rises.
Yeah.
You know? And so you put 5 preteen girls in a hot tub that's filled up for 2 people, it's going to overflow. And they think Cadence has only been in there one other time. One time she's been in there. So she's pushing all the buttons. She's pushing.
She was out there telling me, and she said, oh, Mom, this makes it does this. I said, yeah, cool, honey.
Yeah, she's over there typing in Morse code on every button we have.
And then she's twisting the things, and she goes, oh, this controls the flow. I said, yeah. I mean, I don't even know what they do, so.
Long story short.
And then when it was overflowed, she said, Mom, is this okay? And I don't know anything about it either. So I'm the one that told her, I said, it should be. It's waterproof. It's a hot tub. I said, why wouldn't the buttons be waterproof?
Usually it is. So like when I looked at it, there was like a little wing nut that was loose that was allowing water to go under there. Honestly, they probably didn't silicone it because remember we had to have that part replaced.
Yeah.
When we first got it.
But what was funny was Cadence is in the hot tub and Cadence knows how to step down into it where the platforms are. Her other little friend got in it, never been in it before. And I was in the kitchen washing dishes and looking through the window. Her friend stepped in it and tumbled into the hot tub underneath the water and comes up and looking around to see if anybody looks. She said, oh my God, I just fell. And Kaden said, well, no one's around.
Oh my God.
Because she didn't know it was a big drop off.
Oh yeah.
And I about died. Oh my gosh. It literally took her under. Oh, it was so funny.
So I'm in here in the office. Whitney comes in here and she's like, honey, can you come look at the hot tub? Something seems off. Yeah, the whole thing was off. So I
said the buttons aren't working.
Yeah, the buttons aren't working. Something seems off. Is this normal? Hell no, it ain't normal. It's full of water. I mean, dang. And then I start asking questions and no one knows what happened. No one knows that Cadence was pushing every button on the hot tub known to mankind. No one knew.
And then he comes out there super mad. Well, some of this water just needs to get out of here. Go get a container and start scooping water out. And
so she's over here paling water like
with a Kool-Aid container.
Yeah, we're OGs over here. We're using Kool-Aid containers. So then we dry off the little control panel. And then I end up fixing it. Oh, Dad comes through. Oh, but it gets worse. Yeah, that's not even the worst of it. So at this point, we've pailed the water out. 5 girls are in the tub, and it's not overflowing. Well, I say, Cadence, before you get out, make sure to turn the jets off. And don't touch any more buttons. Turn the jets off
because
whenever
when
you
get
out of the tub.
Out, the water goes back.
Yeah, no.
It's less water.
Yeah, the water will drop.
Yeah.
Well, the water drops below the jet. And I start hearing something like, I look at the kitchen window and it's getting shot. The hot tub
the porch
is geysering.
furniture, the
water's going everywhere.
Yeah.
Because the jets are at an angle. And there's no water keeping the water in. So it's literally just shooting out like, oh, faithful, you know. And
And what's funny
no one
is...
cares. No one. Cadence like, oh, okay.
And you were like, that's it. No more hot tub. I said...
I turned it off.
Well, and you were like, go tell him. I'm like, why do I got to tell him? Like, why don't you say it? And so I said, Cadence, no more hot tub. We're done for the night. And I'm thinking, gosh, like you can't even tell him.
I mean, use your brain, kid, you know.
And then they wanted s'mores at the end of the night, which was fine. Or roasted marshmallows.
We've been finding marshmallows all in our backyard.
Yeah.
All on the furniture.
Rug outside.
We said, next year, we're going to have it somewhere else.
Big chunks of pineapple and strawberries in the yard. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
But they ended up sleeping outside.
There was tons of water in the kitchen and the dining room floor. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, and I'm very like OCD about being clean. And I just was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I was like, I said,
it was a little overstimulated. I was overstimulated.
And I'm like, if we ever do a sleepover again, we're going to do what one of her friends' moms did. And that's probably why she rented a hotel room to where she wouldn't have to clean up her house.
Probably.
And I was like, that's smart.
Yeah. So we party was a success. The girls stayed outside all night, surprisingly, because it was like 50 degrees. And then Mother's Day was the next day.
You got me flowers and you got me a gift card to go get a massage and a facial, which I need to schedule. I have not scheduled that yet.
Yeah. Let me tell you about this card and the flowers. So I go get the stuff and then I bring it in and I'm like, oh, she's going to see the flowers. So why not have the flowers? Because, you know, they're probably going to die in a week or so anyway, maybe 2. And so I set the flowers on the table. I set her card on the table. And then I set the gift card, like she don't know what it is, but it's like a longer card.
It came in like this little gift bag or something.
And she's like, oh, are these for me? No, they're for my other wife. Yeah, they're for you. So then I was like, you can have your flowers. She's like, well, can I open the card? I'm like, sure. She's like, well, can I open this other thing? I'm like, no, because then you won't have anything to open on. Oh, I didn't say no. I think that's where I messed up. I said,
you're correct. You did not say no. I said, can I open it now? And you said, well, then you won't have anything for Mother's Day. I said, that's okay. And you didn't say nothing.
No, I said, you're not going to have anything to open on Mother's Day.
You said, well, if you open it now, you ain't going to have nothing to open tomorrow. And I said, that's fine.
I said, end of discussion.
And I said, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Meaning, I'm thinking...
No, I meant that's fine. Like, I don't care to have anything to open tomorrow. That's what I meant.
Well, I took it as period, end of discussion.
And then you turn around and start washing dishes.
And then I turn back around. She's like, so how much is on this? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You can't leave nothing laying around. I'm telling you. She'll get into it.
I liked it, though. I loved it.
You liked it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that massage. I'm so freaking excited. Oh.
Let's see.
What?
If I was bringing up these little questions from Instagram real quick.
I think there's
what else do we have going on other than Cadence's day?
Cadence is about to be done with school. She's got 3 days.
Your foot keeps coming up, by the way, in my little screen up here.
She's got 3 days left of school.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
6th grade. And then she will be in middle school. She's busy with karate, or excuse me, don't let me say karate before she chops me.
Yeah, taekwondo.
Taekwondo. And then she's very, very busy with basketball. She does basketball about 4 times a week.
Yeah, quite often. Before we started, we posted a little thing on Instagram asking if any of our fans had questions. And if you guys don't know, we do have an Instagram. Feel free to follow. We post family pictures on there. We post stories all the time. And
our Instagram, I feel like our Instagram is obviously it's very personal. Some things are sentimental. Is sentimental the correct word that I'm using?
Sentimental is a word, but
I don't think that's the correct word.
Sentimental means like thoughtful and
very personable. Just different moments of life, the kids, us.
Behind the scenes.
But then a lot of stuff on there, I feel like it's very funny and very entertaining, whether it be a reel or a photo or...
I think our stories are really funny.
Stories, because, we're constantly just being crazy, being silly, and there's a ton of stories on there of Layton, because, I'm constantly filming her. She's a mess.
Yeah.
What was she doing today? She learned lizard.
Lelo.
And she was going, leather.
Yeah, it was like she had a...
Like she got a shot from the dentist and leather.
But she was like 100% like that was lizard. That was coming out lizard to her.
Yeah, she was like, leather. Oh my gosh, this kid. But now she's pronouncing it so much better.
Yeah, she's learning a lot of new words.
Gosh, it's crazy.
A ton of new words.
Yeah.
Which you got to be careful what you say around her. Because she'll say it. But so one of the questions from, let's see who this is from. Sassy 10. I don't know. Sassy.
Sassy.
That's how you spell sassy?
Sassy. Sassy.
Noted. Sassy Lou 10 says, what is your favorite part about having kids? Sassy Lou, nothing. It's all, people make it up. People make it sound way better than what it is. No, I'm just kidding. I love the kiddos.
What's your favorite thing about having kids, though?
My favorite thing? They were asking you that, but I can answer for you. My favorite thing about having kids?
I'll give my answer. I just want to know yours.
I think mine is one that you have a chance to impact somebody, you know, that is just so innocent. You don't really understand the innocence until you like think about the innocence of a child, and for someone to take advantage of that innocence. If I think of that, it tears me up. It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to just, I don't know. It tears me up. The innocence of a child is incredibly innocent.
Well, it's the closest thing you can get to God.
Like, well, that's in my opinion. I'm just saying, I know from Layton, like I can give her teething tablets. I'm like, here, take your pills. Okay.
Yeah.
What if it was something bad?
Exactly.
Hey, take your this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The innocence. And there's people out there that take advantage of that innocence. Or, hey, let's, put you in the car. Okay.
Right.
A little stranger man. Hey, come here. Let's get in the car. I got candy. Oh, Tandy. You know? I mean, it's crazy. And for people to take advantage of that is even sickening to me.
It's evil.
But I love my kids. I love kids in general. Yeah. Just because I feel like it's like the perfect time to impact them in a positive way. Just like today at Oakland Elementary, and we'll talk about that. But I love the fact that they just cling to you, and how Layton she wants to be on you. She wants to be on me. She'll just come up and just hug your leg and kiss you, Kids are special in a ton of ways, but I think they're special to me because I can just, I don't know, they're your own. So you can kind of mold and groom them the best, to an extent, a certain way, and you can raise them. And I mean, you've experienced that. You've experienced being a kid. You've experienced being parented. And so now it's like your time to shine. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do better than my parents did? What can I do different? Which even through having kids prior to our marriage, like I've learned a lot that I was able to implement with Layton. Right. So that's why I love kids. They're special little creatures, and they're just so innocent. And I love that about them personally. What about you? My favorite thing about having kids is just the thought of... Don't say Christmas, because that is expensive. Don't. First of all, I love shopping for kids for Christmas. It's so exciting. That's probably the most depressing time of year for me. Maybe for you, but for me, I go in that store and I will shop till I drop. Yeah, no shit. I love it, but it's on Amazon for me. I'm like, oh, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Look, I had to turn emails off last year because I was so mad. I just stopped texting her. If we go broke, we go broke. It's kids' fault. I love Christmas for the kids, or Easter, or their birthdays. I love it. I think I'm more excited than the kids. But what I love about having kids is, number one, I have like a mini best friend, someone I can have fun with, someone who's going to make me smile, someone who's going to, cheer me up when I'm sad. I mean, just like Layton, like she's seen me cry before, and she'll say, "Oh, mommy, twy." And she'll come up and she'll wipe your face and she'll pat on me and kiss on me and hold me. Like having a little mini best friend, I love it, whether it be Cadence, Layton, Eli.
But the main reason that I love having kids is just knowing that no matter what happens in life, God forbid anything happen between you and I, but whether something happens in someone's relationship, your child is always going to be there for you. At least hopefully. Just knowing that someone loves you unconditionally like that just is everything for me. That's why I feel like when I had Cadence, it was like this, like that's my best friend, my ride or die, my number one. And that was before you came along. Like she was my everything. And like, I remember before I met my ex-husband, which is Cadence's biological father, I would go to bed praying at night, God, send me somebody who's going to love me. I don't want to spend the rest of my life alone, because that was my worst fear. I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone. I'm not going to have anybody. And then, of course, I found him and I got married, and I thought, you know, oh, God answered my prayers, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't him. It was Cadence, because that was the true answer to my prayers. Because with Cadence, when she came along, she loved me unconditionally. I was never going to be alone because of her, you know, and that was it, because him and I ended up getting divorced like 7 months after she was born, you know, and the whole relationship was awful. But I mean, it's just having someone who can love you and show you that love like no one else, like you and I, like our love is different than a parent and a child's love. Yeah. But it's just like you said, that pure innocence, and they want to cling to you. Like if they're scared, I mean, it's a love that you can't explain. And I love it. I mean,
and you said scared. It just reminded me, Leighton earlier, she was like, it's dark. It's dark.
I know. I love when she goes, oh, cute.
Yeah, I'm scared.
And I don't know where she got that, but she puts her hands in her
fist. Some video, I'm
and
sure.
she goes like this, and she shakes on purpose. She goes, oh, cute.
It's so funny.
Cute.
But I want to add something too, because it popped in my head. I love having kids. Was that the question? Oh, what do you like about having kids? Because I feel like it's changed me as a person.
What do you like most about having kids?
I feel like it's made me grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, I guess I took for granted, you know, the first time around with that. But with Leighton and me learning from prior mistakes and
being older.
And being older and just mentally growing, it's fine. I have to edit all that stuff out anyway. The more times you do that, the longer daddy works. Oh, here we go again.
I'm sorry, it's the drainage.
I mean, you're not going to hear it because I'm going to have to take it out. Well, you'll probably hear it in my microphone. It's pretty loud tonight. So, but I just love the fact that it's helped me become more of a man. And just because I feel like I have to show her like what to look for in the future for when she gets old enough to find her a man in a very, very long time, you know. So
yeah, and hopefully it's a very, very long time for Cadence as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I just want to show them like,
well, we constantly tell Cadence, you will not have a boyfriend at least until you move out of the house.
Yeah.
Not while you're living here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I like having kids. It's helped me grow. It's helped me grow as a person, clearly. And I feel like even if you aren't grown, and I feel like it mainly does it in women, like you could be immature, you could be.
Well, I feel like
it naturally happens.
I feel like that happened with me with Cadence. Like I've always been more mature than most people, but of course everyone still has, you know, those childlike things about them, a little immaturity here and there. And then I feel like when Cadence came along, it was literally like a switch was flipped.
Yeah.
And it was so natural. It's literally being responsible for another human life.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's a chemical in your body? I think it's a chemical in your body.
I don't know.
I mean, I for real think that. I mean, clearly you probably think like, oh man, it's time to grow up now. But I swear, I think it's a chemical, like I don't know, hormones change or something, and then you like transform into mom mode.
Maybe a little bit of both.
You know?
But also, like,
I probably sound so dumb
I think the
right
first
now.
time around, especially, is like you said, it's hormones, and then I'm responsible for another human life. But when you see for that first time, this child was inside of me.
Yeah.
You know, God created this, but I like housed it. Like this child came from me. Like it's wild just to think about. And you're so protective over it. And you're like, oh my gosh, like this is the most amazing thing. Like,
And you know, it's the craziest thing how fast those things grow.
I know, just to think about it, like within 40 weeks, you have two hearts inside of you.
You go from a seed to a full baby.
But isn't that weird? You have two hearts inside of you, two sets of lungs. Like that's so crazy. And it forms out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's the most mind-blowing thing.
It's definitely strange, but it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
But that's why I like having kids. And then also during my answer, you know, I said like today at Oakland. So today we actually got the opportunity. So we have like a statewide testing here in Kentucky, and other states do it too, but I don't think all 50 states in the United States do a statewide test.
But they probably do like an end of the year type testing ordeal.
Yeah. I'm curious to know. So if for some reason you're in a state that does it, write yes on a comment on YouTube, because I'm genuinely want to know, but I don't think all 50 states do a KSA assignment or a CATS testing when we were kids.
Well, all other states, you're correct, do not do a KSA, because KSA is Kentucky State Assessment.
So I was right. Shoot, you got you a smart boy.
I think I'm the smart one for correcting you.
But what was I going to say? So we went to Oakland, and I made them like a testing video, like to get prepared and get hyped up for testing.
Boost their morale.
So I did the Cadence and Eli character and made a little funny skit like Cadence's steps 1 through 10, which
to do good on testing.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were actually steps, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 were just like be awesome, you know. But then Eli had to say something about it, like she don't know what she's talking about pretty much. And
just listen to your teachers.
Yeah. So for the reward for testing, the teacher contacted us through Demi, which is my cousin's wife's sister. So she's pretty much my sister. And so Demi's like, hey, do you want to surprise them with like a pop-up visit for
as the Cadence character?
Yeah, as a Cadence character, for like a reward for doing, working so hard during the testing, because testing's
And Lucas,
rough.
if you're listening to this, if Finn was there today, I'm sure he already told you about it.
Yeah, and if he didn't, how dare him?
Yes, we were there.
So we got there, and I'm in normal clothes, right? And the teacher looks at me like, did you bring a set of Cadence outfit? I'm like, yes, I did. And she's like, go change. So I went and changed, and then my heart's pounding because like I find out parents are going to be in there too, and I never really
thought about that.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I didn't think there would be parents there
but
either.
I guess there was like a performance or something for drama club or something. She said there
like
was some
that,
kind of
and
performance.
then they were giving awards and stuff too.
So not only was it every child in the school, it was also a lot of parents too. Yeah. It was full. It's a full house.
And teachers and everything.
Yeah, teachers. And
which I don't think you would have been so nervous in front of the teachers. I think it was mainly the parents.
Yeah, because, you don't know what their reaction's going to be. I already had an idea of the kids' reactions.
Right.
But I was a little scared at first whenever I come around the corner because it was just so quiet. Yeah. And then I think it hit them because, I know, you're at Oakland Elementary in the middle of nowhere.
I was so worried about it too because I was filming and I see you come around the corner. I was like, oh my gosh, no one's cheering. And I was like, no one's going to know him. And
I knew somebody would.
Stressed out. I was like, oh my gosh. But then a couple seconds later, everyone freaked out. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
It was almost like they were like, wait a second. Why is he here?
Yeah.
And because, think about it. Like, when are you going to, when's someone going to go to a small school like Oakland? Right. And that's what they think. And the principal even told me, she's like, I appreciate you coming out. Everybody always forgets about Oakland. So it was cool to be able to go there and then talk to the students. And I was nervous. I was sweating.
Demi said your hand was shaking.
Yeah, I had the microphone like, all right, kids, chase your dreams, but I had this like whole speech planned out in my head. And then I picked a couple of kids and brought them down and asked them what they wanted to be. And, when they got older.
One kid said Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was like, boy, I should have picked that one. But yeah, I think it's important to get our fans involved because that's really why we're here.
Well, I couldn't tell you were nervous.
Really?
No.
I could. I watched the video. I could tell it in my voice.
But that's yourself though, Like you can tell with yourself and then maybe Demi could, but you're my husband and I couldn't tell that you were nervous. So I'm sure other people couldn't tell. Demi is one of the rare few. She's the exception. She's beyond observant.
Clearly.
And she knows you really well, but I know you really well and you're my husband, but I don't think you seemed nervous.
But boy, my mouth was so dry. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was talking or what, but my mouth was completely dry. There was no ounce of saliva.
It's because you were nervous.
I guess it was, maybe I sweated it all out. I don't know, but it was still cool. I ran up the bleachers, almost tripped on the way down. That was a little scary.
Imagine if you would have tumbled down.
That would have been bad.
Oh my god.
That would have been a good video, that's for sure. Yeah. Cadence breaks her neck at Oakland Elementary. That would have been bad. You had to go see the school nurse.
Oh my gosh. That's what I would have had to do. That would have been so funny.
But yeah, I did a little speech, gave a bunch of high fives, and we took pictures. Maybe we could pop up a little picture from Oakland. But yeah, all in all, it was fun. It was cool. I love doing stuff like that too.
And I'm glad I got up this morning because I was debating because we didn't go to bed till like 1 something in the morning. And then I got up a little like 7:10 and running on 6 hours of sleep is not ideal for me. I need like 9 hours minimum. So it was a struggle for me this morning. And when you first woke me up, I was thinking about saying, oh, I'll just stay home. But then
I'd have been pissed. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have been mad.
Why?
Because you're like my partner.
You wanted someone by your side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's what made me get up. I was like, no, I need to go because for one, he might get nervous. I already told him I would go. And I was like, I don't want to.
Well, don't make me sound like a little 12-year-old girl.
No. And I was thinking, I don't want to miss out on this because we don't get a lot of opportunities like this. And I was like, I always get to, majority of the time I sleep a decent amount. I was like, it's okay to miss a couple hours of sleep one day. So I hurried up and got up, but I'm glad I went this morning. It was fun to see. It was a good opportunity to take. I enjoyed it.
I will say this. I don't know how many students are at Oakland, but you don't need coffee when there's that many kids screaming.
Yeah.
You wake up pretty quick. It was the highest pitch
I didn't even have coffee this morning. And
it was silence.
I need coffee bad.
Yeah, it was insane.
And I was pretty awake.
Yeah. What did Layton do when they screamed? Was she okay?
Yeah, she's just sitting in my lap, just staring at everybody.
Probably like, what in the world is this place?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I was mainly nervous because of the area. It's Oakland, elementary. It's out in the sticks, I would call it, I guess, for schools
why
here.
You just don't care what people think.
Well, yeah, I know that, but you're still going to wonder what people think. I could care less what they think, but I'm wondering what's going through their head. Like, who is this crazy guy in a Hello Kitty love t-shirt with a bow in his hair talking to my kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to think bad of Oakland for that.
Right.
But if they're clueless on why we do what we do.
But then that's when...
For them to jump to the assumption, it's like, well, you look like the fool.
But then that's when you push that out of your mind and say, I'm here for these kids. Yeah. They know who I am. I'm here to make them happy.
I think it would be easier next time because, one, I've hung out with kids all the time as Cadence and done stuff, but I've never spoke to a audience
large
of that.
Audience like that.
It was a big, pretty big. Jordan told me today, he's like, there ain't no way I'd have done that. He said, you got some, you know what? Because he's like, there is no way.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? He's like, yeah.
Jordan would have probably been laughing in the corner. No, I'm not
stay
doing
here,
it.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he thought it was funny. But there was one guy.
Jordan gets nervous whenever you two are filming. and I'm
I need
using
my
your
lines.
phone. Yeah.
I need my lines. Where's my lines? Someone give me my lines. He's so funny. Yeah, it was a fun day.
Yeah.
The kids were cool. One wanted to be a vet. One wanted to be Spider-Man. One had no idea, which is totally okay.
One wanted to be an artist.
And one wanted to be an artist. But the main message I gave to them was, and I'll give to you today before we close out, is you could be whatever you want to be. You know, if you want to be Spider-Man, figure it out, bro.
You just got to put in the work.
Yeah, you got to put in the work. Literally, if you can think what you want to do, or the way our bodies works, and I've told Cadence this 1,000 times, the way we're built as humans is if we can think of an idea, it can be done.
Yeah.
You just have to figure it out. You have to have the right tools to be able to accomplish what you're trying to do. But like, if I could think of something right now to build something, I can do it. It's just having the right tools to be able to do it, learning about how to do it, learning about how to make it successful as far as a structure or whatever.
Well,
but
just like the
that's
whole,
just the beauty of our brains.
Like every day, I mean, every opportunity we get, we talk to her about the whole basketball situation because, you know, she sees Caitlin Clark and then she talks about she wants to be on the middle school basketball team. She wants to be good at basketball, possibly going to the WNBA. And, you know, we provide her with all these tools, these lessons, so on and so forth. And, you know, she does put in the work and she does put in the effort, but also, you know, she lacks in certain areas as far as like maybe her mindset at times.
Priorities.
You know? Yeah, priorities.
Well, but she is 12, but
or being positive, you know, positivity, because sometimes she might be a little negative. Or some days she's like, oh, I don't feel like it. Well, there's days that we don't feel like doing certain things, but we do it anyways.
Yeah, like cooking you dinner.
Yeah.
Not you. I'm talking about the kids.
What?
There's days where I don't feel like cooking dinner.
When do you ever cook?
No, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I don't cook dinner much.
I'm confused.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Jesus. Where's Jordan? God, I can't wait till Sunday. Jesus. I need my pal. I need my buddy. My battle buddy.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm sleepy. Sorry. I need to quit extending my feet into your camera.
Yeah, you're like this.
My arthritis, it's going to rain tomorrow. My ankles are throbbing. I keep having to flick them like a fish. I was doing that in the car, driving to karate. I was doing this with my ankle. I said, man, my ankle's throbbing. And Cadence said, why? I said, it's going to rain tomorrow. She goes, huh? I said, it's the arthritis thing I was telling you about. She goes,
That's funny. I guess that sums up today's show. What about you, baby?
I thought I had something I was going to say earlier and I can't remember.
What was it about?
I just said I can't remember.
Well, if there's ever anything you guys want us to talk about or tackle any topics with marriage or what works for us or questions or concerns, you know, we do joke a lot, but at the end of the day, we love our kids. I love
have a
my
concern.
kids. I got many concerns about you, but what's your concern?
I'm concerned. Hold on.
Oh my God. I'm real concerned now. What are you concerned about? Your breath? What, are you smelling it?
I'm saying, like, you know how people do
you
those.
Practicing?
Yeah, you know how people do those spelling bees. Like, if they're like, spell a house, and they're like,
I've never watched a spelling bee, first off, because that is not interesting to me.
What?
Who watches a spelling bee?
Me?
Of course you do. I do. You're looking at her. Jesus.
And I was in chess club.
Oh, I love chess too. I bet you can figure out a Rubik's Cube too.
I'm sure I could.
If you can think it, you can do it.
Oh, what I was going to say was I'm concerned about how good you look.
Oh, no need to be concerned, honey. It's only for the video.
Oh. So you're going to go back to looking?
No, do you like my shirt, though?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Vineyard Vines sent me a bunch of cool stuff, so shout out to Vineyard Vines. Sent me some shirts, and Zeus is pawing at the door.
Oh, my gosh, that scared the crap out of me. I don't know what I thought, if there was a tornado coming or an earthquake or...
Honey, we ain't going nowhere. We got old Faithful back here.
Or I was thinking of the tubing throughout the house, like the pipes.
Zeus.
The plumbing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
The plumbing's coming through the roof. Jesus. But shout out to Vineyard Vines.
Gosh.
They sent me a bunch of shirts and
yeah, their stuff's really nice.
super nice. Yeah.
You wear a lot of their t-shirts and the t-shirts are really cute.
T-shirts are nice. This is long sleeve, but it's very thin and breathable. It's very cool.
And it's very cute, very classy.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Very nice.
And they sent me my hat. They sent me a couple hats. But
you look very nice tonight.
Well, thank you, baby.
I'm wearing a hat.
You, on the other hand, look beautiful.
Thanks. But
I've seen better. I'm just kidding. No, I'm
better on who?
You.
Oh. I'm wearing a hat.
She said, I concur.
I'm wearing a hat because my hair's a mess.
You did get your hair redone, though.
Yeah, and I need to wash it, but I'm too tired, so I'm probably going to wear a hat again tomorrow. You know, us girls, you try to push wash day out as far as you can.
Yeah, but when your hair starts smelling like freezer burn, it's got to go.
No, my hair doesn't smell.
Not yet.
It just
gets... A couple more days, though.
No, my hair, it doesn't even really get greasy. It just gets really, really flat. And I feel like it just does this, and there's no getting volume to it whatsoever until I wash it. But I'm so tired. Like, it's, 11 something right now?
I'm hungry, though.
I'm too tired to wash my hair right now. I know, I'm starving. I want something good to eat, but...
I'm about to eat me one of them steamers, little Stanley steamers, or whatever they're called.
I might eat a Hot Pocket.
That's not really good.
I know. I wanted to order food, but it's too late.
Well, that's all I got for you today, folks. Go check out our Instagram if you haven't already.
Follow us. It's good content. We post stories on there daily, funny stories.
Yep. We do have a community chat. Is it a community? A channel in there that I post like updated stuff for our podcasts. I do like words of like motivational word of the day, or sometimes I'll just put in a message like, hope you guys have a good weekend. Some of it's inspirational. Some of it's informative. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Information. Just about like what we have going on, episodes coming out, this, that, and the other, because we got a ton going on.
And then we're going to be posting new videos to our Instagram that's starting this weekend. Daniel's going to start filming he's going to start showing you guys how to properly organize the garage.
I ain't about to do that.
And start going through stuff, putting it in certain totes, getting rid of stuff. So
she must be talking about her other husband, Daniel. I know a couple men named Daniel, but I don't know any that are going to do that garage.
Yeah, we're doing that this weekend.
Who's we?
Me and you. There's a lot of junk in there.
I'm getting a phone call.
Like that big pile of rocks in there. They just need to be tossed.
Yep. We're leaving now, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. And until next time, stay awesome and stay sweet. We'll see you later, guys.